Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. The previous episode of General Hospital saw Jason giving some tough love. On the other hand, Dante opened up to Sunny while Brad made a life-changing decision. Meanwhile, Portia fished for some information from Willow. Lastly, Curtis and Nina commiserated about Drew and more. Lots of drama, explosive revelations, and confrontations are on the way for avid watchers of the soap opera. Here's what fans can expect from the May 9, 2025 episode of General Hospital when they tune in to ABC to watch the long-running daytime drama revolving around residents of Port Charles. The week's final episode features Sasha and Willow having a tense encounter. Once upon a time, they used to be friends, but circumstances changed their equation, and tension now runs beneath their interactions. What exactly could be the reason behind their encounter this time around? Is this about Michael or Jason? Lulu questions Ned. She is adamant about being nosy and inserting herself into the drama surrounding Brooke Lynn and Dante's former fling. She even snooped into a hotel suite to get intel about the baby given up for adoption, and is still not backing down. Despite Brooke Lynn warning Lulu to stay out of her business, she is not letting go. Recently, she overheard a fight between Lois and Dante over Gio, which sparked her suspicion. She wants to find a way to confirm if Gio is Brooke Lynn and Dante's son, who was given up for adoption at birth. When she contacts Ned and asks him questions, how will he respond? Is it going to rouse his own suspicions about what his former wife, Lois, has been hiding? On the other hand, Brooke Lynn and Chase meet with Alexis. Is this about their plans to consider adoption and expand their family? Elsewhere on General Hospital, Tracy is surprised. What could this be about? When Sidwell makes an offer, to whom could he be making it? Meanwhile, Drew has found out that Portia had a hand in his drugging and is blackmailing her to follow her terms. Will she truly find a way out of this new mess or crumble down? After all, she doesn't want to lose her medicine license because of Drew and his nasty plans. Will someone find a way to help her out of this mess? When Willow questions Curtis, is this about Drew? Lulu gets things straight with Danny. Will he apologize for the Rocco incident? And last but not least, Jason asks Dante if he's threatening to charge Danny with manslaughter. Port Charles is about to heat up once again as familiar tensions rise. Loyalties are tested, and secrets begin to unravel. In the upcoming episodes of General Hospital, the drama shifts into high gear when Sasha Gilmore and Willow Corinthos cross paths in a confrontation no one saw coming. Lulu Spencer returns to her investigative roots by questioning Ned Quartermain, and Tracy Quartermain faces a surprise that shakes her core. Here's a deep dive into what's brewing, and why everything may be about to change. Sasha Gilmore has been walking a fine line for months now. After enduring unspeakable trauma, losing Brando, and overcoming addiction and manipulation, Sasha is finally finding her footing again. But just as she starts to feel secure, Willow crosses her path at the worst possible time. Tension has long simmered between them, even if unspoken, but their upcoming confrontation brings all of that to the surface. Willow, still adjusting to life after her medical ordeal, and still grieving the emotional collapse of her marriage to Michael, isn't in the mood to offer grace. When she spots Sasha and Drew having an unexpectedly close conversation at the Metro Court, her reaction is swift and harsh. Willow's assumptions about Sasha's involvement with Michael's inner circle have been building up, and her insecurities now spill out in a biting accusation. Sasha, blindsided and emotionally raw, tries to keep her cool, but Willow pushes too far. The two women find themselves locked in a passive-aggressive war of words that quickly escalates. What begins as a misunderstanding turns into an emotional standoff, one that may permanently damage the fragile peace between them. The deeper issue isn't just about Drew or Michael. It's about past betrayals, trust, and the painful realization that moving forward sometimes means confronting what still lingers beneath the surface. While Sasha and Willow's tension brews, another storyline explodes back into focus as Lulu Spencer picks up on something strange in Ned's recent behavior. Still recovering from her coma, but already sharper than ever, Lulu senses there's more to the ELQ drama than anyone is letting on. After overhearing a cryptic exchange between Ned and Tracy regarding a missing document related to deception, Lulu becomes suspicious. Her confrontation with Ned starts off casual, but when he dodges her questions and tries to brush her off, Lulu's reporter instincts kick in. She demands answers, and her tone becomes more pointed. Ned, flustered, tries to redirect, but it only fuels her determination. Lulu isn't backing down, and she's not afraid to dig deeper, even if it puts her at odds with her family. With Charlotte finally on a better path and Dante focused on other matters, Lulu feels a renewed sense of purpose. The truth, she believes, is worth the fight. But what she discovers could shift alliances in Port Charles forever. Meanwhile, Tracy Quartermain is caught completely off guard by an unexpected revelation. One that could put her legacy and influence at risk. Just when she believes she's got the upper hand in both the corporate and family battles brewing at ELQ and Deception, a ghost from her past resurfaces with a demand and a threat. A mysterious figure from her younger days returns to Port Charles, claiming to have information that could ruin Tracy's current business maneuverings. This person isn't just back for a nostalgic trip down memory lane. They have leverage, and they're not afraid to use it. The surprise shakes Tracy more than she lets on, but in classic Quartermain fashion, she refuses to let it show. Still, her conversations become more clipped, her scheming more desperate, and for once, she leans on someone she rarely turns to, Brooke Lynn. Tracy confides in her granddaughter about a choice she made decades ago, one she thought she'd buried forever. Brooke Lynn is stunned by the admission and isn't sure whether to help her grandmother cover it up or come clean. The bond between them will be tested as both women grapple with the consequences of old sins resurfacing at the worst possible time. As the week unfolds, tension between Willow and Sasha only grows. Michael becomes aware of the conflict, but instead of taking sides, he withdraws, tired of being in the middle and unsure of his future with either woman. Drew, on the other hand, steps in to mediate, which only causes Willow to lash out further. Her grief over her marriage and her guilt over how things ended with Nina spill over, and she begins to unravel. Sasha, though shaken, finds unlikely support in Cody, who encourages her to stay true to herself despite the growing pressure around her. Elsewhere, Lulu's investigation into Ned leads her to a secret meeting involving Valentine Casadine, and the trail she's following suddenly becomes much more dangerous. She's forced to choose between reporting what she knows or protecting those she cares about. As she digs deeper, Lulu finds herself questioning her own past decisions, especially those involving Dante, and wonders if some bridges truly are burned or if there's still hope for reconciliation. At the Quartermain mansion, Tracy's growing paranoia reaches its peak. She suspects even her closest allies are turning on her, and with Brooke Lynn struggling to navigate her own crisis, possibly involving a pregnancy scare or a broken engagement with Chase, Tracy feels more alone than ever. The surprise visitor continues to manipulate from the shadows, and Tracy may finally have to admit defeat, or make a bold, ruthless move to protect herself. As all these storylines converge, Port Charles once again becomes a chessboard of shifting loyalties, emotional breakdowns, and unexpected alliances. The fallout from Sasha and Willow's clash could reshape how Michael moves forward. Lulu's relentless pursuit of the truth might put her in danger, but could also put her back on the map as the town's fiercest investigative force. And Tracy, for all the scheming and dominance, may finally meet a challenge she can't outmaneuver, unless she's willing to sacrifice something or someone she never thought she'd have to. Stay tuned as these emotional flashpoints ignite, and the residents of Port Charles brace for a week of revelations, regrets, and power plays. With tension at an all-time high, one wrong move could change everything. Will peace prevail, or are these just the first cracks in the foundation of the next major explosion? Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.